As a first-tier city in China, Guangzhou is one of the most economically developed coastal cities. However, with China's overall economy declining, Guangzhou's economy has also shown a cliff-like decline. In the past 30 years, Guangzhou has had many thriving processing factories, creating employment opportunities for many migrant workers. With the CCP's continuous squeeze on foreign companies, many foreign companies have been scared away. This once manufacturing city also faces many factories closing down, directly leading to many workers losing their jobs. No work is left in Guangzhou, and everyone is lying flat. There are too many people. This is the scene of garment manufacturing recruitment in Qiaonan New Street, Guangzhou. November 8th, 7:38 a.m. There are only a dozen people currently recruiting. Looking for a job, friends. This video shows that very few bosses recruit workers, and the streets are crowded with people looking for jobs. At 2 p.m., there is no recruitment in Qiaonan New Street, and all these people come out looking for work. The boss needs odd jobs. All are looking for work. No one is recruiting. This video is about the emotions of a migrant worker. To be honest, many people doing odd jobs outside now live on their savings. To be honest, it's true. Many people are living off their savings. They can't find a job at all. It's true. You can't find a job even if you want to work. Many bosses don't have money to live on. To be honest, it's true. Many bosses don't even have food to eat. Shockingly, even the former boss has no food to eat. This is the blogger's advice to people who want to work in Guangzhou. This is the market situation in Guangzhou this year. The market is terrible. No one can make money. Everyone is suffering. You should stop dreaming about coming to Guangzhou. I see many people still want to come to Guangzhou. Many people are going back. On September 16, 2024, a blogger went to a job market in Guangzhou and interviewed several job seekers. I look for work daily, but now I can't find a job. I have no work to do, and business is terrible. There are no job opportunities at all. It's not that we don't want to work, but there is no work. Guangzhou is a manufacturing city, but its manufacturing industry is shrinking. I went to Humen Fabric Market today. Why is it so deserted? Where are all the people? Look, the security guard is even dozing off. The blogger said that he really couldn't understand it. The entire market was very depressed. This is Kangla Lujiang in Haiju District, the largest clothing factory area in Guangzhou. Nearly 300,000 garment workers and tens of thousands of clothing factories are here. From the garbage dump to here, I just came from the garbage dump and didn't take a picture while riding my bike. From the garbage dump to Kangla Bridge to Jiuzhou, all the clothing factories are looking for customers. The blogger said this year's clothing industry has obviously declined significantly compared to last year, and there were fewer customers during the same period. Rows and rows of people are squatting, waiting for customers. Look, not a single customer shows up. This video should be posted by a Hebei boss who runs a factory in Guangzhou. It shows that he and many other factories around him have stopped production. On October 20th, these 3 factories were shut down in Guangzhou. The factory opposite was shut down, the factory opposite me was still shut down, and the factory diagonally opposite was still shut down. The factory here was still shut down. Anyway, it was shut down. We can no longer operate in Guangzhou. We are ready to pack up and return to Hebei. Because there was no business in Guangzhou, even many factory owners in Hebei could not bear the pressure of housing and moved their factories back home. Many workers also returned to their hometowns. There are no jobs in Guangzhou. So many people are returning. They all carry luggage, big and small. The bus is waiting here. It's the bus back to Hebei. It is now very common for factories in Guangzhou to stop production, or even for the bosses to close their factories and return to their hometowns. At least 2,000 garment factories will close in Guangzhou this year. The garment industry is in a formidable situation this year, and the competition is fierce. The factory owner said that in August this year, many factories in Guangzhou were only prosperous for a week, and some newly recruited workers were too embarrassed to lay them off. The owners were struggling to keep the factories running. He believed that even if some factories were still doing business, they were faking prosperity and had no profit. He suggested that those owners still struggling to keep the factories running should close them down as soon as possible. Next year will be more difficult than this year. Like other big cities, Guangzhou has cases where factories are in arrears with employee wages and workers are defending their rights. The company owes employees $246,600 in wages. These employees are waiting to get their wages back so they can go home for the new year. Another circuit board factory that has been operating for more than 20 years has announced that it will stop production and close down. According to the blogger, this circuit board factory has been operating in Dongguan, Guangdong for 28 years. Speaking of the reason for the closure, the blogger said, "The boss said that the factory's orders have dropped sharply due to the market environment and it cannot maintain normal operations. After careful consideration by their management, they decided to stop production entirely." This news also shows the circuit board factory's problematic situation, which means some workers will face unemployment. The blogger pointed out that China's manufacturing industry faces unprecedented challenges due to changes in international trade and market demand. The deeper reason is that foreign capital has withdrawn one after another, bringing the industrial chain to countries surrounding China such as Vietnam, India, Indonesia, and others. This has resulted in Guangzhou, a city famous for its manufacturing industry, facing a lack of factory orders and many bankruptcies. A woman said in the video that several of her employees had resigned. The employees said they had not received orders for half a month and only work 8 hours daily. The woman said anxiously, "I just want to ask, is our country's manufacturing industry going downhill now? Many factories are now in a state of no orders. Let's compare it with other countries. Vietnam's orders are scheduled for May or June of next year. Even more outrageous, for example, India's orders are already planned until the end of next year. Why shouldn't our country's manufacturing industry be bustling at the end of the year? Why are there no orders?" This woman said that in the past there were many made-in-China items in overseas supermarkets, but now there are fewer and fewer made-in-China items overseas, and more are made in India and made in Vietnam. She finally said that she can't help but ask, is China's manufacturing industry really in decline? In fact, we have to ask how the Beijing authorities messed up relations with Western society and suppressed foreign investment in China, leading to a large-scale withdrawal of foreign investment. Subsequently, a large number of coastal manufacturing industries suffered. This is the current state of Guangzhou's manufacturing industry as described by a man who purchased factory equipment. Another boss has gone bankrupt. It's the end of the year now, and many factory owners call me daily to say they want to sell equipment. There are many reasons. Some need to pay wages, some want to break up with their partners, and some just don't want to do this business anymore and can't survive. I went to Guangzhou to collect some brand new equipment. The boss said that he had been losing money in the past few years and there was no need to persist any longer. A factory owner in Guangzhou also talked about his current situation and the unemployed workers in Guangzhou. How many people have panicked this year after seeing this scene? Hundreds of thousands of people are facing unemployment. This is the bleakest autumn and winter in Guangzhou's history. To be honest, even I was panicking. The business was seriously declining and I didn't know when I could wait for more customers. You are panicking at work. We were in a panic when we opened the factory and there were no orders. The factory closed and the unemployed workers continued looking for jobs. What awaited them was not the proper care and help from the government to solve their employment problems, but the police, who are facing formidable enemies. Outside the talent market in Guangzhou's Huadu district where migrant workers are looking for jobs, police are standing guard with guns as if facing powerful enemies. Are they afraid that these unemployed people who can't find jobs will collapse on the spot and retaliate against society? The police are armed with guns. Did you see that? Since they are for the safety of these people at work, why didn't the previous recruitment market allow people to go there to recruit workers? The CCP is not capable of solving the employment problem. For them, the most difficult problem now may be the so-called social stability. So armed police are on site to monitor these people who can't find jobs, fearing that they will cause trouble. According to China's Economic Observer, Guangdong Province's economic growth rate in the first 3 quarters of 2024 was 3.4%, lower than the Chinese average of 4.8%. According to China News Weekly, Guangzhou's GDP in the first 3 quarters of 2024 was RMB 303.478 billion, a 2% year-on-year increase. This growth rate ranks last among China's top 10 GDP cities. In 2024, Guangzhou's total import and export value of foreign trade goods in the first 3 quarters increased by 0.1% year-on-year, and the export value increased by 2.9% year-on-year, which is also lower than other foreign trade cities. The economic situation can be seen from the situation on the streets of Guangzhou. The closure of stores is common in Guangzhou. What's the situation with this row of shops? They're all closed. It's so deserted here. No one is here. It's only been a few months. A blogger took photos of local shops closing down in Guangzhou's fashionable Tianhe Night Shanghai district. The whole street, how should I put it, is not what it used to be. Before, there were still many people here, but now it has suddenly become so deserted. The shops have closed one after another. The blogger said that as he walked along the street, most shops were closed, and the still open shops struggled to survive. This is a blogger's comment on the current economy of Guangzhou. This economic environment is terrible. This street used to be the most prosperous in Jinsha-zhou, but now there are no people. A population of 1.4 billion cannot support such an economy in our country. The man said that the bankruptcy rate of physical stores has reached 40%, and the bankruptcy rate of e-commerce is 30%. Physical stores say it's difficult to do business, and e-commerce stores say it's difficult online. A foreign netizen found that the current situation in Guangzhou Wanda Plaza is very different from before the epidemic. Before the epidemic, I came here and saw Wanda was full of people. Wanda in Guangzhou, why is it so deserted now? Where have all the people gone? Where are the people in Guangzhou? The netizen lamented. Oh my god, there are no people here. You can judge a region's economy by looking at the local airport. This is the real scene at Guangzhou Baiyun Airport. Is it because of the economic recession? There were not many people at Hangzhou Xiaoshan Airport when I took off. There were not many people at Guangzhou Baiyun Airport at only 6 o'clock. To what extent has Guangzhou's economy deteriorated? The unemployment rate demonstrates this. In November 2024, the Guangzhou Municipal Bureau of Statistics released the latest unemployment data for September 2024. Showing that the unemployment rate among Guangzhou residents in September was as high as 37%. Even the mainland media said that this set a new high in the unemployment rate in recent years and admitted that the number is much higher than the level of previous years and also exceeds the tone of many experts and analysts, showing the current severe employment situation in Guangzhou's labor market. Some netizens said, "It's terrible, aren't people living in misery inside the wall?" Others said, the CCP official says the unemployment rate is 37%, but I think it has basically reached 50%. Other cities are even worse. It's so sad. Indeed, the Guangzhou Pearl River Delta region is the most economically developed in China. The official unemployment rate is now said to be 37%. However, the outside world knows that the CCP's official data has been habitually falsified, and the real unemployment situation is probably more serious. With the closure of many factories and shops, Guangzhou's economy has declined sharply, and many people who cannot find jobs have to sleep on the streets. Many people still sleep under bridges in Guangzhou. Their main job is to deliver food. Many of them are unemployed people from large companies. To save money, they save as much as possible. They can only live in bridges and do the lowest jobs to support their families. At present, many Chinese grassroots people work hard but do not get the wages they deserve. They cannot even find a job, cannot reunite with families during the Chinese New Year, and can only live on the streets. However, the Chinese government continues to spend a lot of money abroad. This money is the hard-earned and life-saving money of the Chinese people. These are the inner words of a young Chinese.
世界上没有任何一个发达
No developed country has succeeded by reaping the demographic dividend. The government needs to focus on the lives and happiness of the people. I hope that in the future, the people will be treated as treasures rather than being treated like slaves.
而不是国人只能当牛做马。
However, if the Chinese people still place their hopes on the CCP, it can only be said that they still have not seen the true face of this party. That's all for today. If you like our content, please give us a thumbs up, subscribe, comment, and share it with your friends. We appreciate your support, and we'll see you next time.